Hi everybody, welcome to Kate's Space. Welcome to my channel. It's Kate here and I am going to do a little project with you guys. I love cabinet cards and I don't have a huge collection. They're really super expensive in New Zealand and pretty hard to come by. So I'm just going to show you how I copy the ones I've got or use the digital ones to make faux cabinet cards. So I've got two here. One's the original and one is the one I made, and really unless they're next to each other it's not super obvious which is which. What gives it away to me is the fact that my printer photocopies or scans really with a magenta hue, and the photocopy is slightly better, the photocopier is slightly better with its copies, but you can still see how the one on the right here is a little bit pinker, and that's what the Epson printer does. However, if they're not sitting together, the one that I made is actually not too bad, I think. And you can put them on front of a journal or tuck them in a pocket. I've actually edged this one with a bit of gold. I really love the ones that have the beveled edges. Those are a lot harder to replicate accurately. But actually, if you look at these very old cabinet cards, they're just a piece of heavy cardstock. And they've obviously got this beautiful advertising on the back, but the photo's just actually stuck on. And this one does have a beveled edge. I don't know if you can see that gold on that beveled edge around there. That's something that's very difficult to replicate. I love this one. This is the one I found, one of the ones I found in when I went on my little road trip to Thames and spent a few days with Lynn. And I love it. It's got this beautiful inscription on the back. Anyway, so what I've done is I laid them out on my plate glass on my printer and photocopied them. So I've done two big ones. I've never copied the big ones before, and two small ones. It looks like I've actually chopped the top off that one, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, it hasn't quite got the, anyway, that's okay, we'll get three. So that's just my fault for placing it on wrong. And these are the backs. So first things first, I'm going to cut them out. How is everybody today? I hope everybody is well. We're good, and it's been lovely to have some spring weather, although we had a freezing cold snap. And the South Island got a whole big dump of snow, and it was really chilly here. But we've had beautiful, we've had beautiful sunny days, which is always nice. I don't know if you saw on my Instagram stories, but I bought a bird feeder when I was up visiting Mum. I already had the syrup, the little syrup feeder container thing. And I'd got that for the toys, but they don't come to it. So I bought myself a pole online, and then I bought a little cage thing that you can put in some blocks of sort of stuff that you can feed the birds with. And then I've already had a whole lot of seeds, so I got a seed holder. And I put it up in the garden, and the first day I don't think anything came, maybe one little bird. Well, now there's so many birds on it. They're all the same breed. I think they're all the green finches or the yellow eyes. They've got a little white, or white eyes. They've got a little white ring around their eye. This little sort of native birds. No tuis yet. But boy, those little birds, they take a lot of that syrup. It's amazing. Anyway, it's fun. We've got a pair of swallows that decided they were going to build a nest in our garage because we've left the door open, and they'd built a nest. We found it, and David took the nest down, and there were no eggs or birds in it, baby birds. And oh, I felt so bad, but these swallows will not go away. So we're closing the garage door and hoping they'll go and find somewhere else to build a nest. But they just sit on our washing line outside our bedroom every morning, and we hear them singing and talking. It's like they're waiting for us to open the garage for them. But the problem with that is if we do let them build in there, then we do go away and shut the garage door, they'll all be like shut in there or shut out. So it's really a no-win situation having a nest in the garage. I'm a bit bummed that I cut the top off this one, but we'll see if we can still make it kind of work. Oh no, we won't be able to. It's my favourite one, this little girl. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. Alright, I'll cut the other ones out and then we'll get back into it. Okay, so then you need some sort of heavyish card. I've used this. This is just the back of an old refill pad. And then I realised I could use, I've got a few of the scraps left over from the tag books I've been making, and I make the bases out of this, and this would actually be quite good. It almost is almost a bit too heavy when you look at the ones. These ones here are quite light, but obviously you're going to have to laminate several layers together. Let's try one of the big ones, this one here, the wee girl baby. So you can glue this on and then cut around it and then glue the other one on the back. That's pretty much how I do it. Obviously, if you have the digital, there's probably digital kits out there in actual fact, when I think about it, that probably do the fronts and the back so you can cut them out at the same time. But sometimes it's nice to replicate your own ephemera, and then you know that you're the only one who, well, yeah, you probably are, especially for cabinet cards, because there might not be another one the same out there. This one here is from the 1800s, according to the back of it. It says here London. So now probably the best way, because these aren't entirely straight because they're old, though this one's pretty straight, you can get a ruler and a knife, or you can cut round it. I'm not sure, maybe I'll use my scissors. I mean, these are not going to be perfect because they're handmade, so you're never going to get them perfect. Well, I'm not. And until I learn how to get my scanning to stop going pink instead of sepia, this is the best I can do at the moment. So there we go, there's one layer, and then the back, put the back on obviously, and I don't really want to see any purple, but I guess that's what happens when you use old packaging. I'm going to glue it on and we'll just see how it looks. I just need my glue book. I'm still in the aftermath of making the tag books, so I wanted to get another video up, see how everybody is. Hope you're all crafting. Hope you're all well. Right, let's get this right around the right way. So that's the top there. pop this on. And just try and get it as good as I can, and then we'll have to just do the trimming, etc. afterwards. Right, so yeah, it's not perfect at all. I'm going to use my ruler and a knife and see if I can get it a bit better. I think I need to change my blade. Okay, now it's really hard to see because the window's to my left. I'm just going to try and cut that little bit of purple off from there. What have I done? Have we... Okay, we haven't quite managed what I wanted. Yeah, so that's cut off some of that nice edge, never mind. Okay. And just curving around these edges. I think using scissors might be easier. See quite a lot of purple still. So yeah, if you can use plain cardstock, much better idea, just saying, because then you don't have to try and get this perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go around the edge with a lightish ink. So I think I'll use my antique linen. So just go around the edges. See, there's all that white up there, which I think it's one of those situations you cut some off and then you need to cut more off, and then just kind of carries on. Anyway, so I'm just going to run around with the light ink. There we go, we've got a little, a big cabinet card. I have used these, seen these used on the front of journals, and they look quite good, I think. I've never used it myself. So the other thing I'm going to do with this and see how it looks is I'm going to put some gold. This is called patinating wax, gilding wax. I don't know. This is just, I've shown this before. It's one I just found on the specials table, and it's called patinating wax. It's by Pebeo, and they make gilding wax and all sorts of things. So that's sort of what this is. You sort of just rub it on. I normally use my finger, but I'm actually going to give this a go. I'm a bit nervous now doing it on camera. Where's my bung one here? Yeah, I think the cotton bud almost works better than my finger. Right, let's just give it a go. So I'm just going to go around this edge with some gold. And I think I'll try and put less on rather than more. My gold's like, it's sort of an old an old sort of tarnished gold colour. It's not a bright gold. So it's not going to be super obvious. It's kind of subtle, which I like. It's easy to just get way too much on, and then it's, yeah, you can't go back. Okay, so there's a little bit more coming on now, and my cotton bud's getting all fluffy, so that's probably going to be a problem. They're not perfect, but I quite like them. And if you want to hold on to your originals, and you've got, you know, they were hard to come by, and you don't want to, you want to hold on to them, then this is an option. And just putting that little bit of card in between just gives them that weight, that kind of weight that makes them a bit more authentic. I know you can't see. So let's do the little one, the one that isn't got the top chopped off, and that's this one here. Hang on, let me just put those next to each other so you can see the difference in colour that my photocopier does, unfortunately. So I think I'm going to have to maybe go and look at getting them done at a copy shop and see what the difference is there. So now we have this little girl. Where's the original of this one? Here she is. So that's the difference in the copies. And what's on the back of this one? Oh, okay, so here. And you'll see the real difference is how not yellow, how the sepia just doesn't seem to be picked up by the Epsom. And it is an Epsom issue. So those two are going to go together, and I might actually try using this much thicker card. I don't know how that's going to go. I might have to use my cutter to get that right. So I'm going to glue the picture on first. Yep. And I'm just going to take this right to the edge. Just get the glue off my fingers. Take this right to the edge here. My studio's coming along. The kitchen unit is in, just the cupboards above the doors, the cupboards that sit above the unit on the wall, the doors need to go on. I wonder if I could do them, I wonder if I stick that on there, whether I'll get it right or whether it would be best to do that after. Now I'm going to stick it on now and see what happens. I think it's time to go and get some more glue stick. this one up right up to this side here. So this one's going to be even heavier than the other one. Because the card I'm using is quite thick. Yeah, so I've gone a bit too high with that one. That's okay, let's have a go. I'm going to go to my cutter and try and cut it down. There we go. So that went all right. So now you can see this light in here. So that's where you need to get your ink and darken that up a little bit. There we go. Try and get it right on the edge there, just to darken up that bit of cardstock and those edges, to try and make it look a little bit more seamless, I guess. And then you can do gold again if you want to, might as well. See if we can, I might use the other, whoops, might use the other end of the cotton bud. Oh, that one's quite fluffy as well, but anyway, we'll try not to get it everywhere. Yeah, so that's probably gone a bit more over the edge than I would want. Yeah, I think I like it right on the top edge like that. Oh, sorry. Just rub it on. I think that cotton bud's had it. Let's try a new one. So if you have access to a printer and you have a cabinet card that you love, you can do this. You can make one, replicate it pretty well, really. I mean, it's not going to win any awards for being perfect, but I like how it looks. So that's still got a little bit of overhang from the one at the back. I actually went back to the art shop last week, end of last week maybe, yeah, to see if they had any more of this or anything similar, and they don't. But there's a place in Wellington and Auckland called Gordon's, I think it's called, and I know they stock it, so I need to order some, because I might get some more of the one a lot of people use is called Empire Gold. It's a bit more of a brighter gold, so that might be good for Christmas crafts, which I'm going to start. It seems so early, but I guess if I'm making anything that anyone would like to purchase from far away, it needs to be made soon. Alright, well I've had a bit of a play with the gold on there. There it is, another little cabinet card. If you have, if you're braver than I am, you could actually, well actually I might do it, because you know, that's the other thing, you can play around with these. That says 1857. I mean, that could almost be the same little girl, couldn't it? And or that could be a boy, you never know. I think it's a girl. You could get a sample stamp if you've got anything like that, or a date stamp, and have a little play around with these. So you could get one of the ones that sort of looks 1897, that says. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Let's just grab one. That one? No, I think it needs to be this one here. I'm not sure. But you could put it on the front, or even just have it on the back. I'm always very nervous about stamping. I often get it not right. Oops, now I'm getting gilding wax everywhere. That is not clever. $19.29. Do you think that looks a little bit too... That's probably not... It'd probably be 1800s would probably be better. Let's go with this one here. And I'm just going to stamp it on something first, just to have a look. Yep. I mean, it hardly matters. Someone was going to write a date on it. Here we go. Yep, I've got myself in a little bit of a mess. So there we've got a date on the back. Whoops, sorry. And there's our little girl, and so there's our two little cabinet cards, and here's the originals. Again, you've got the colour difference and everything, but apart from that, it works quite well, I think. I've still got this one to go. I wonder if we should do that one. That's probably long enough, isn't it? Okay, so that's that one. This one's in real, quite bad condition. June 1984. Well, you'd expect it to be, wouldn't you, really? June 1984. Did I say 1984? 1894. Yeah, it's in pretty bad nick. I quite like it though. And you could put that on a journal. So yeah, by the time I've edited this video, that's probably long enough. It's just a quick one, just a little idea of how you can replicate something that you might already have and turn it into something that looks pretty good, I think. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you're doing good and you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.